Hi everybody, welcome back to Gen Con. We are here with Clash of Krits, a great podcast and streaming group. We're going to introduce everybody and let them get to know you and you get to know them, and then we're going to ask a bunch of questions about what's coming up, what they're doing now, and the things that make them unique and interesting in the TTRPG space. So, Xycho.
Hi, yes, I am Xycho. I am our designated dungeon master for our Actualplay podcast, and this is part of my team.
Hello, I'm Droppa Krit. I'm the chaotic one.
I'm Osokuma. I've been a player. Xycho's actually been my main DM ever since I first started playing. I also do art for the pod.
Hey, I'm Nomi Smalls, and I'm a guest character, and love these guys. Yeah, friend.
Yeah.
So what would you say makes your group unique?
So I feel like what makes our group unique is that a lot of things happen, especially after 2020, you know what I mean? A lot of people play remotely, and playing remotely is great thanks to technology. It's a saving grace that people have now to really extend out and reach to each other to play these kind of games. But we are lucky enough that we can do this production still in person. We have a recording studio that we meet on a weekly basis, and we meet on a weekly basis, and then we record all day. Like these guys show up at usually on 10 a.m. and they don't leave till midnight, And I believe because of that, it's created a pure chemistry between us, especially because of how long we play together. Yeah. We understand each other's mannerisms, and because of that, I think it's done something that a lot of people can't through unfortunate circumstances. So we're one of the lucky ones.
So when you get together, you say you start early, in the morning on the day you meet, and you don't leave till 10. How many sessions do you get in one day?
So we do Patreon, right? And we do an after show for every single episode that comes out. So we will technically do 6 on average.
Yeah.
6 on average because it is
5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6 because it is a main episode after show, main episode after show, main episode after show, or some extra Patreon content because we got a bunch of it. We have a bunch of it out. So yeah, for those 12 to 14 hours, we're doing it. I mean, you give your own personal.
100%. We even meet when we're off of work, 5 p.m. and we're gonna go to maybe 12, 1 o'clock just to try to knock out episodes. I think it really works because we enjoy having time with each other. We enjoy being together, even though we might be petty. Can I cuss or no?
You can cuss.
Especially sometimes when we just be petty assholes to each other, it still work well because I think we all have fun and love each other.
Yeah. I mean, we on Sundays we record absolutely all day. Like he said, we make Thursdays our wild card. So Thursdays are always free for us to meet up and record then too. And whether it's a home game or us doing more stuff for content and stuff like that. And then even though we still meet up every week, play twice a week, it still doesn't seem like enough.
Yeah, I know, right?
But it doesn't seem like enough because when we were younger, we used to play 3-4 days in a row. Take small breaks to go eat, shower, or something like that, and then come right back to it.
Maybe shower.
Yeah.
16 hours.
We'd have first dinner, second dinner.
No, I would say that what makes them unique as the main group is just their humor. It's so deep rooted in how long they've known each other, but at the same time, you get to know them on the pod, and you feel like you're a part of that humor.
I have a question for you. So what was it the first time you joined what was the vibe like as a newbie coming into a group that plays together all the time?
Yeah, I had been introduced to them maybe a year before that and started playing just some of their home campaign with them. So I knew them a little bit before the pod, but joining the pod just kind of felt seamless. They made it easy. We talked about stuff together before anything happened. Xycho was very informative about stuff that he wanted to like maybe get through, and also very helpful in like seeing what I might want to do to help with the group. And it was a lot of fun.
From a production standpoint, you say you shoot in studio. Does everybody help build the studio and keep it running, or is that you have a production team, or is it you?
If we're talking, this is a partnership between the four of us. So when it comes to certain jobs, we all have different tasks. I also do the editing, the post editing.
Sorry, you have to do all the editing
for audio. I do a lot, so that takes up a lot of my time. But we still divide and conquer with certain aspects. Osokuma does the video and the visuals, and he also does the arts, as we talked about.
Yeah.
Talk about your art.
I do a little bit of art for the pod. We have plans to do a lot more stuff for it. I think ever since I've been a kid, like I'm still like a big kid. I watch a bunch of cartoons still and stuff like that. It's not even just like anime. It's just like little kid cartoons I still watch. And I've always just wanted to be like a cartoonist or animator or something like that. So I put a lot of like that love into just Clash of Krits. So
It's cool to have like a staff artist.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and then also like, if I screw up, he can yell at me and do all that stuff. Because like, I mean, like I'm 31, he's 30, and I've known him since he was 13. So
Yeah, that's true.
And like we've all known each other for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
10 years?
Yeah, I mean, we knew each other in high school, so it's been about roughly 10 years for us as well. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time, so we've had a lot of chemistry together.
The campaign you're in now, it's all 5e, right?
The main campaign is 5th edition. So we have a mini series out at the moment. At the end, the last Sunday, because we come out every Sunday, the last Sunday of every month, we come out with a mini series of some sort. And the mini series that is out now is actually Cyberpunk. In the Cyberpunk rent system. I'm a huge Cyberpunk fan, and I know Nomi Smalls is too, so he is a mainstay character in that miniseries as well. And I got these guys into it.
I love it.
Nomi might just be our main character for Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
He's definitely MC.
And so I really wanted to express that love into something, and these guys were all for it. So we are always branching out. We have a bunch. We have a backlog, essentially, of different systems that we plan to do. Now, even like after like this campaign is over, we want to jump to other things. You know what I mean? All these other things. Like even like for this con, we have coordinated with some people already for certain things. You know, we want to get stuff cooking. We don't want to just be like a D&D brands. We want to be just a TTRPG brand. And even playing with Big Campaign podcasts, they are a Pathfinder. And you know, we've been able to cross paths with that a lot and everything. So
Well, you know, Pathfinder, did you have to really like crash course?
I believe I knew the most from Pathfinder, but before
That looks as crash course.
Crash course.
I knew the most about Pathfinder. I played it previously at one point, and then when we jumped in with Jeff, Jeff was also amazing, helping everything through, and we were able to all do it. You guys have talk about.
I want to hear about the crash courses. Both of you.
It's
Because you were looking like
Yeah,
crash course too.
Man, listen.
I started off with 4E Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, we all did.
And it was pretty tough for me to get used to 5E. But once I got into it, I'm just like, oh, I know everything. I'm cool. I'm chilling. Any TTRPG, it doesn't matter. I can hop right into it. I didn't ask any questions. I'm just like, yeah, I'll build my character. I'll do this, and that. Hopped into it, and I was just like, oh, I don't know anything. So now my job, because it was for Big Campaigns podcast, I was like, oh, so my job at this point is to completely just role play. It's about my character. It's not about the mechanics anymore. And I'll try to figure things out as I go. And my character's funny, but he's a mess when it comes to the mechanics.
Totally okay. Don't make me look at the sheet and make any benchmarks.
So like for me, I want to say 2 days before we started recording, I was like, hey Jeff, you got time? You got like 2 hours, 3 hours time to actually walk me through, because I play like a summoner and I have like a cockatrice that's an idiot line that runs supposed to be running around with me.
That's what I said.
Yeah, first time. I was like, yeah, we're gonna risk it for the biscuit. Yeah. Shout out to you, Jeff. You took your time with me. I appreciate it because you could have hung up the phone on Discord. You could be like, no, this motherfucker's stupid. Cannot deal with it. Appreciate you, my guy. No, he's a wonderful person. Like, I was writing down notes, he telling me, oh, you need this, you need to know how much it costs to summon her, how much it costs to bring her back, how much health it goes into it. Like, wonderful.
So your current D&D campaign, how long has it been running? When did it start? All that.
So we started recording in September of 2022.
Yes.
Yes, we started recording it in September of 2022. We wanted to make sure we had a lot of content ready, so we recorded our first 20 episodes before
2 years next month.
Yes, actually. We
Get the art ready.
we wanted to make sure that we had 20 episodes ready before we released anything. We were like, okay, we started September and we were ready. We're like January, the first Sunday of January,
January 7th.
January 7th of 2023 is when we released. So we knew from September to January, then that's where we had to go. So we did that, and so it's been almost 2 years now of recording, and we have episode-wise, we've released every week since January 7th of 2023, and that's a thing that we like make sure that is always going to happen. Like we don't want to miss a week, and we have.
In this industry, nobody likes to miss a week. We all love to play.
I think it's
We will give up weddings.
69 episods.
For main campaign, we released. We have
69?
69 episodes.
Wait, released?
Yeah. Released. No,
because I thought we were 60.
no, it's not. No, it's not 69. Not
It's
released.
65 or 67.
I could be wrong.
We have.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I would say recorded. We have up to 69.
62.
Yes, there we go.
62.
Yes.
A tremendous number.
Yeah.
Wow, I looked at it earlier too.
Yes, and that's not including we have one miniseries previous to that that's about 7 episodes. So we have about 69 to 70.
I think 75.
Like 70 something like actual just episodes out in general that people can listen to.
Not including our goofy ass Patreon.
Yeah,
campaign,
not including
too.
our Patreon campaign that we got and everything like that. We are just like, we love the aspect of content creating, and we want to keep on content creating, and we even have like YouTube videos of like we do different skits and everything like that.
From the game's perspective, what do you love about the way they play?
What do I love about the way
each
that
one.
they
Like, what
play?
makes them amazing players? from
You
the
know what's
game?
funny? Most people always ask, what do I hate the most? What do I love?
I want to hear this. We never heard this.
Tell me what you love about me.
So, Droppa, the thing that I love the most about you is how intense you get when things start rolling. How intense you get about it, it's like you're talking like the snowball effect, and seeing you react, and like you were like practically visceral when you move.
Okay, fair
and
enough.
I love it. I enjoy it. And when I see that, I know that like what we're doing is good. Osokuma, you have always attempted to be a wild card to me. You've always attempted to challenge me, and because of that challenging, I believe it has made me it has raised my experience. Like it's constantly leveled me up as a dungeon master.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm not gonna be here and say that like I am ready for anything, but I'm ready for a lot because of it. And because of that, and you are always so into it, and I love that even though you know that you're a raining ball of fire that's gonna crash down and fall flat on your face, you are still 100% for it, regardless of the consequences.
You guys push each other's buttons.
Yes.
What about Chappy?
Chappy.
You gotta look in the camera. You gotta look in the camera for Chappy. Let him know you
Chappy.
mean it. He upset right now.
Chappy, I would say that I think your best quality for the game, for role-playing, the best part that I enjoy about it is your ability to act and to react properly when it when it has come to it, and you've created a lot of funny improvisational moments, from home games to the main campaign. It's been really entertaining, and I love that you always commit to a voice, a hard voice bit, whether you enjoy it or not. I love that you will always try to commit to it. Nomi, I enjoy your concept of. You're similar to me, that I feel like I get like sometimes you get like a power player aspect to it. That like you might be, you love being unhinged.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you love being unhinged, but you always make sure that you can statistically back it up.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a really, because I feel like I'm a little similar in that aspect when it comes to a character that you are able to play that regardless of your role play, that you can at least you can, for the most part, help yourself out of certain dire consequences.
You're super reliable till you critical fail.
100%. 100%.
I also just love getting the main group in trouble and seeing if I can get them out.
So what do you love about the way Xycho DMs your games?
Okay, what I love about Xycho DM my games. What I love about Xycho DM in the games is he's always with it. Like, he's always with the vibe, no matter what it is, no matter how we pillage a village, save a nun, kill a king. He's gonna be like, okay, cool, you killed this king, now you pissed off the deity, now you have to deal with the deity. He's gonna be always with it.
I don't like Psycho. No. I think my favorite thing about Psycho, because I've played with other GMs, DMs. I think my favorite thing about Psycho is that he allows me to challenge him as the DM or GM. He allows me to manipulate the mechanics, to try to break the world that he has created. Because he knows at the end of the day, I'm going to crash and burn, and he's going to be able to destroy everything that's in front of me. At first, it was like this clash that we had, but now I feel like he's ready for it. Like how you said you're almost ready for everything. And I don't think I've given you everything yet, but for the most part, I feel like I can come up with any crazy bullshit idea, and you're the type of GM, DM that will flow with it and make it work for the world.
He's a very creative and immersive storyteller, and he, like Osokuma was saying, really is able to take what we give him and make that grow even more into his already immersive story. And then he also just has a way of bringing the humor out in us, as well as his NPCs too.
What have been some of the best moments you've experienced in the games? Like, what are some just things you remember, like you went to bed that night, like, damn,
The pettiness.
What?
I love, and look, and I feel like as a community, we got everybody taking little things too, like, not as a community, but as people, we take things too hard. But like, sometimes the pettiness of one person from across the table, like, we were playing, wait, which Cyberpunk are we at? Like, which episode have dropped yet?
We're 2 episodes have dropped.
2 episodes have dropped.
So you guys had just did the fight with Braft.
Oh, we just, okay, cool.
Where like you fell to the floor at the end.
So, in our main feed podcast, Chappy didn't want us to work with this certain person because he was a very suspect person and he thought he was gonna get us killed. But me and Oso was like, no, we're gonna do it anyway. We don't care about what you're talking about. We're gonna do it. So fast forward to the Cyberpunk Rig campaign. We're in the club, partying, getting our club on, and Chappy leaned over because Oso is the net runner, so he's locked in cyberspace running around, and he's about to get killed, and Chappy just walks over like, hey, y'all want to see a counter? Bow! Game. Let's get it.
Start a whole fight,
Love
a whole
it.
brawl.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Sometimes it's painless.
That's just for payback.
It was because of
Just
payback.
yes.
I will start it early on. It was one of those that in a home game. It was one of those that I realized that like me being there as like even like NPCs matters. So there was they essentially did this heist that there was like not even like statistically not even like
That's my story.
a percent chance of happening. And because of the like the NPCs that they brought along, their friends brought along, were the reason why they were able to claim that heist, pass that heist with more than what they wanted, with more than what they actually were originally going there for, and it literally changed the aspect of like part of like the mechanics I have for the world, and I couldn't blame anybody but myself. It was just I was like, I had these people here. They were friends. They would do this. It happens. And then the 20s, the dice.
Yo, you can't say shit when a DM rolling that 20 for you.
Roll with
You can't say shit.
He's absolutely right. I love that story. It's my favorite story of our home games, anything that we've ever played. They say you can't win or lose a TTRPG. It's all about the story. But I'm here to tell you, I won. I broke the mechanics, I broke the world, and my character achieved all his goals by what, level 7, 8?
I think so, like something like that.
I didn't need to do anything else. My character could retire at that point, and the whole main story wasn't even unfolded.
I would say just the unhinged nature that sometimes we can get into, where the pettiness comes out, but it comes out in a humorous, loving way, and then we just go off rails on different things, different tangents. Maybe it's in the campaign or it's on the after show. So it doesn't matter, and we're always able to just find our way through and have a lot of fun.
I think one of the big things that stands out about us too is our commitment to selling the bit, and sometimes the bit sucks.
100%.
But we will see it through.
Probably a Chappy joke.
So let's talk about your after show.
Okay.
And before show. Like, do you do a session 0 or anything before each campaign, or
I do a session 0. Typically, our session 0s end up running a little bit into like an actual like play, because I'm usually texting you guys throughout the week or whatever.
We're ready.
Yeah,
Let's
so
just go.
yeah, get ready. It's almost, our session 0s are for the most part kind of building the characters and then kind of feeling them out on how they're starting.
Okay,
cool. And after that, it just kind of gets rolling. You know what I mean? It gets rolling, and we've started from like them being like ride or dies with each other to them being strangers to each other. We've done a bunch of different aspects to it, and then like even like the main campaign, our main story for the pod, you guys are strangers. Yeah. You guys were originally strangers that ended up having a common goal with each other for the story. And then
the after show then.
Yeah, so the after show. So for our Patreon, we run an after show that's roughly about an hour long, every single one. It's called Late Night Traffic, because in the story they call themselves the Traffic Society. Like they try to act like Power Rangers with like being red light, green light, yellow light kind of aspects, and because of that they call themselves the Traffic Society. So it is essentially a after show where we talk about the episode. We even talk about our favorite moments or least favorite moments, why certain things were. Sometimes they theorize, especially recently because they've been getting to like a lot of like the meat and potatoes and stuff. They've just been unhinged of just asking, trying to figure out things. And then it even what I love about Late Night Traffic is that it takes, since it's not about the role playing, it's about us, right? And that's where you also see a lot of our chemistry outside of the game, because we also just get in topics outside of the pod. We end up just talking about, we've gotten in so many like argument tangents about music and or cartoons a lot, like Disney or like Nickelodeon. We argue about
video games.
Food, video games. We talk a lot.
Are they able to lure out of you information that hadn't been involved in the game?
So that's something that they have done a lot throughout our entire history of playing D&D, and I'm relatively on guard about it now. I used to be very loose. They've gotten me a couple times. They've definitely gotten me a couple times throughout the recording, because you were the worst offender about that, because he would be like, oh, okay, he's just casual talking, and be like, how much HP does the enemy have?
He does it subtly.
Yeah, he does it so subtly that
He pushes the buttons, but he does it subtly.
Yeah.
So it
It's the
sneaks up
subtle
on
one.
you.
The subtle one's like one of our homebrew campaigns. We were joking around. It was like, ain't like he lives under us, right, in the city under us, and he just started dying
I
laughing.
cracked because I'm like, I can't believe that. Yeah.
Sometimes you can't keep it hidden no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And you set it up by having a show where they can loosely talk about it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. For
Are there
sure.
drinks? Because that would make it so much
So
worse.
sometimes we actually we do a little special called Cockatrice 50/50, where the whole aspect of it is that we drink and just talk, and we
You give up a lot.
we drink.
No, we try to dodge like the questions for the campaign, because that's unfair. He's been under the influence. We've been under the influence.
That's very nice.
And we have to
of you
make
say
sure
that.
it works. We pregame to the point where we know we can function the equipment, and then we just press record.
and then we see what happens afterwards.
You want to join our next one?
There's the Netflix too.
Come
I'm
on.
afraid now.
And then when it comes to drinks, one of the big things that we have in our podcast is we have something called the Death Elixir. We have something called the Death Elixir. You know, usually you don't get a reroll. Whatever you roll, that is what it is. As a group, we agreed, and Xycho agreed as our DM, that this is something that we're going to use as a punishment, but you get to get a reroll. So this Death Elixir sits at our table, and if we're stuck in real bad positions, we could take a shot of this Death Elixir, which is absolutely terrible. We made a video on YouTube about the recipe. It sucks.
Do you want to try some?
It sucks.
I'm afraid.
And it's something.
I love her face.
It sucks. It's something that we take to get a reroll, but it's such a bad punishment after you take the shot that you're just like, is it even worth succeeding?
You can't even hunt the burp every time you take it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I double burp every time I take the shot. It's a mixture of Malort. Like Chicago has like this real nasty like liquor called Malort. It's Malort, a chocolate mint vodka, and a garlic and peppers vodka, all mixed together. So it burns your stomach. You have this nasty like mint taste in your mouth, and then it gets coated in like this gasoline kind of thing from like the Malort,
I can see that
and it
being
just it's
value
terrible.
in getting a reroll. Like,
You know-
you really have to have a reroll. You have to think twice about what you have to do to get it.
Because sometimes, you know, you get stuck in situations where it's like, I need to change this. And it's like, well, if you want to, you can hurt yourself.
You know what the greatest moment is after you take the Death Elixir? When you fail the roll and you gotta take the second one. Because you're already knee deep in
And your body's already like, no, we can't do it again.
You only get two.
You only
get two chances.
Because nobody wants to see you throw up on the table.
Well, I mean that was one of the rules, but it was that if you start like throwing up a little bit, it doesn't count. You have to hold it down. It was one. It was
A shot?
Yeah, like after you take the shot, like you have to hold it down
Like a
for at
full
least
shot or like
full
a
shot,
half?
full
Full
shot,
shot.
and it is. We count to 60 seconds before you can have it wash it down or anything. So you take the shot, you have to wait 60 full seconds, and I do counting every single time, just to make sure before they can take something and then roll again. So
So what's next?
what's next?
Yeah, what are you doing next? I mean, Cyberpunk's is starting to roll out.
Yeah.
How many episodes of that are out now?
There's two episodes of the Cyberpunk.
Well, you've recorded how many so far of it?
5.
So
5.
You're 3 ahead right now.
Yes, so we're 3 ahead.
Okay.
And
Any plans for something after Cyberpunk, or are you going to
Yeah.
run that for a long time?
they're miniseries, so we usually want to. Yeah, the goal was to try to be 5 episodes, but like our first one went to 7. This is definitely going to 7 at minimum.
Especially after the heist.
Yeah. And so I would say I have a bunch of ideas constantly, and I have even talked to them about certain things. And with that being different TTRPG systems, we have the log ready of which one we could choose. It's almost like it's like one of those things where you match up like this idea with this system. Let's make it happen.
Is they DM'd?
Yes. So, Osokuma, for even our home games, was the one to take the DMing stand seat after me. So he's DM'd quite a lot, and then
For a couple years now.
And then for 2 episodes, he DM'd something of a very homebrew world. If you want to talk about it.
We did a 2-episode special of a world that I created for a comic that I'm writing called Legend of Krit. So I took them into like a deep dive of like this part of the world where this comic takes place, and they were able to see like the way this world works. It's an archipelago where magic is technically gone, and all people use is technology and then like cursed items at this point. And it's because the archipelago is cursed where they can't use magic. And it was a fun little like 2-episode special.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Then Droppa here got to DM for the first time.
I DM'd for the first time in June, right?
Yes.
Yeah, June. It was fun. I created a world of Fae magic, a contemporary
With modern contemporary.
Yeah,
themes.
modern contemporary world where these guys was working with an old high school friend that got them together. He bought you had trash internet services before, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you know how you have to take your internet box back to the play. So they basically were storming one of those, but it was like a 4-level building where they storm the building, and if they complete it, they get the building. They can put like what I call Tri-Fi. It's a new form of Wi-Fi out there. Or if they die, they get killed by the hands of Tectrum, and they just suck.
Is that one up yet?
This Sunday?
So this Sunday, August 5th, right?
4th?
Yeah, August 5th. This Sunday, August 5th, will be the first part of his special.
Yeah.
And it'll be 2 parts. So for the next 2 weeks, you'll be coming out. People will be listening to that.
So where do they go to find Clash of Krits?
So you
All that stuff?
you can follow us on anything by Clash of Krits with a K. You can follow us on anything. We got YouTube. We're on all streaming platforms. Any kind of media. You follow us on anything with that. Right?
Yeah.
We also have Discord. If people want to talk to us, we're very we're very active in our Discord as well for any kind of interactions, and we try talking and even having ideas bounce ideas off each other. Actually, one of our a huge supporter of ours, who is also a Patreon member, gave the idea of a name that we use in the Cyberpunk. Like one of the characters, Chappy's character name, Holden Cox, he got that. Yeah. He got that.
I just wanted to say that on something.
He got that from their suggestion, actually.
Stole it from me.
Yes.
I asked our Discord, I was like, can you guys come up with some cool creative names for my new character? That name popped up. I'm like, yes, I'm going to use it. But I'm not going to tell them. I'm going to make it a surprise for when the episode comes out. And Chappy said, nah, I'm stealing it. Made his character and everything. But if you follow at Clash _of _Krits with a K on anything, you should be able to find our link tree, and that'll lead you to everything else.
Well, thank you for giving us a few minutes. I think this was an amazing interview. You guys are all fun to talk to.
Thank you for having us.
Cool
Yeah,
shit.
this is awesome. Yeah.
Thank you. Take it easy, everybody.